Welcome to the Relationship Theory, everybody. This is Veaire Productions. I'm an emotional engineer. I am a shadow broker. I am whatever you need me to be for the moment. But for today, I want to ask this question. Is it too much? What's too much? Do we have too much power? Is there too much power for individuals today, thanks to technology, to allow each other, we're allowed to affect each other's lives? This can be used for a positive purpose, but if we're honest, there's so many people right now, nowadays, that we're used to this, we're coming to be used to this technology. We're coming to be used to having access to people's lives, their thoughts. The internet is practically a public blog, a public journal. But there is this level of responsibility that we're not applying to ourselves, where we're allowing ourselves to ruin other people's lives because of their thoughts out on the public. Now, yes, we ought to be considerate of what we're posting out on the public arena, yet at the same time we ought to be considerate of the fact that if we know that people are posting their thoughts on an open arena, that we understand that they know that it's in a public arena. They're not asking for you to sit on a throne to judge them as if you're a king. They're not asking for that. It's a public arena. No one ever said that the internet and the easy access to other people's lives and their locations and the places that they work and they live and exercise, no one ever said that it was supposed to all be a coliseum, and that's what we've turned it into. But still and yet, the question is it too much? Do we have too much access? Are we foregoing the responsibility that we're supposed to have in our lives? Not accountability. I do not like that word. Accountability is responsibility without sugars, and it's very tasteless. It's like taxes. No one likes taxes. But is it too much? Let's really dig into the idea that we ought to be using this access that we have to other people's lives to give other people things that they need to thrive just as much as we want to thrive ourselves. If we look at this, our ability to be in contact so closely and yet be so far away, it's allowed us to trade like the old times. It's allowed us to give to each other the way that people back then used to in their smaller communities. Except now, those smaller communities are now millions of people from all over the world. The last thing we'd want to do is to turn it into a coliseum. There's no point in thinking that we have all this power to ruin someone's life. Your life can be ruined just as easy, but that's not the point. The point is not to think about the fact that you have to watch your back because it's just as easy for you to lose it. No one, again, this isn't a coliseum. So the power ought not to be used in reverse, where we think that we are all kings sitting on top of a throne thanks to the internet. We are wasting our time doing these kinds of things when there's a greater service that offers itself to us. We just need to actually look at what that is and give ourselves the opportunity to see it so that we can give what we see to other people. It's very important that we do this. Because if not, what we're asking for, we're asking for something much more violent. We're asking for something much more riskier and deadly and fatal. If we think that it's okay to just select people's lives into misery, if you just select people's lives into misery, you really think that life, that nature is going to accept that possibility? Especially if it hasn't been a thing before. If it never was a thing, it will never be a thing. It won't be a thing. It wasn't a thing then, and it will never be a thing now. It's not how time works. It's not how nature works. And that's not how energy, the life of energy works. It'll never be that way. You don't want to provide this world with that kind of community where everyone's a king and everything is a coliseum. You don't want that. So I ask you, is it too much? Not do we have too much. I think we have exactly what we need and we don't have enough. But what we're doing with what we have, we might be doing a bit too much. I just wanted to tackle that today on the relationship theory. Go ahead and ask yourselves that question. Let's think about this. We have a lot that we need to help each other produce and create. So let's really get in touch with what that is and help each other out. Because otherwise, when we get to that place in a community where we're wondering why everything is so hellish, we only have ourselves to blame. I really don't think that there's a point with all this technology for us to allow ourselves to get to that point. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And the people that you don't want to see win will win. And I'm not even talking about the bad ones. Anyway, that's this episode of The Relationship Theory. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I have a podcast and a book out. The podcast is called Third Eye Movement. Go ahead and find that in the description box as well, along with the book You Are You, Life, Relationships, and the idea of how relationships affect your life. You have to give it a read. It's a short and sweet, tasteful read. You'd enjoy it. I enjoy it. I wrote it. That doesn't mean I don't enjoy it. So, have a great day.